Welcome to Reading the Bible with Pastor. Today we're on Exodus chapter 34. The Israelites around Mount Sinai have disobeyed the Lord. He has driven them away from that mountain and is actually no longer associating himself with these sinful people. The Lord makes an intercession for them and says, Lord, you have to be part of your people. That is your promise. And the Lord says, yes, that is who I am, my promise and my covenant. I will keep it. Moses will go back up on Mount Sinai in our reading to receive the testimony of the Lord on those two tablets that he broke and receive a new pair. And we'll see what the Lord has to say about how he will be the God of the Israelites. The Lord said to Moses, "Cut for yourself 2 tablets of stone like the first, and I will write on the tablets the words that were on the first tablets, which you broke." So Moses breaks these tablets of stone that the Lord had written on by his own finger, and when he saw the sin of the people. Did the Lord ask him to do this? No. So therefore Moses has to replace these tablets of stone that the Lord is having him remake. Be ready by the morning, and come up on the morning to Mount Sinai, and present yourself there to me on the top of the mountain. No one shall come up with you, and no one be seen throughout all the mountain. Let no flocks or herds graze opposite that mountain. So unlike the last time where the elders went up on the mountain, and Joshua also went with Moses as his assistant, here God says no one, not a thing is to go up on the mountain except for Moses. So Moses cut 2 tablets of stone like the first, and he rose early in the morning and went up on Mount Sinai, as the Lord had commanded, and took in his hand 2 tablets of stone. The Lord descended in the cloud and stood with him there, and proclaimed the name of the Lord. Remember that the Lord was leading the Israelites by a pillar of cloud or by a pillar of fire at night. So he has descended on the mountain again in that cloud. The Lord passed before him and proclaimed, the Lord, a God merciful and gracious, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love and faithfulness, keeping steadfast love for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, but who will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children of the children's children to the 3rd and 4th generation. And Moses quickly bowed his head to the earth and worshipped. And he said, If I have found favor in your sight, O Lord, please let the Lord go in the midst of us, for it is a stiff-necked people, and pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us for your inheritance. Since the people are sinful, the Lord speaks for himself and proclaims who he is. And in here, a interesting phrase. He says that he will forgive iniquity, transgression, and sin, but will by no means clear the guilty. What he says here is that the guilt of the people has to be dealt with by a price, a sacrifice. Here, though, we don't get the full indication that he's going to give his son as a sacrifice. We'll see later that he has a Day of Atonement, but everything will be pointing to Christ as the ultimate sacrifice and the payment for all of our guilt. And he said, this is verse 10, and he said, Behold, I am making a covenant before all you people. I will do marvels such as not have been created in all the earth or in any nation. And all the people among whom you are shall see the work of the Lord, for it is an awesome thing that I will do with you. Observe what I command you this day. Behold, I will drive out before you the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Take care lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land to which you go, lest it become a snare in your midst. You shall tear down their altars, and break their pillars, and cut down their Asherim. For you shall worship no other God. For the Lord, you shall worship no other God. For the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and when they whore after their gods and sacrifice to their gods, and you are invited, you eat of his sacrifice. And you take of their daughters for your sons, and their daughters whore after their gods, and make your sons whore after their gods. So we see here the Lord is speaking about the same promises he has made to the Israelites beforehand, reminding them that he will always be who he says he is and abiding by the same promises. Basically, he is restoring himself to them, making them free from their guilt by his own word. We also see here he warns them, and if they continue to do as they do, they will go after other gods and not stand by the God who is a jealous God, meaning he wants all of his people for himself. And they will go after gods that will only lead them to sin and death. We'll pick up next time with Exodus chapter 34, starting at verse 17. As always, please subscribe to the channel and share this with others so that they may also read the Bible with Pastor.